step into my office. Now, my name is Reptile Riff, and I love to share my enthusiasm and my energy about how much I love wildlife and how we should conserve the environment that they live in. Because whether you realize it or not, you're living in the environment too, just from inside your house. Now, I want to get you closer and more intimate with these animals than people will really ever get. And I know about their behavior, and I understand how to take care of them in captivity and how to find them in the wild. And so I'm going to make videos about both, where you can enjoy them with me and you can share this passion for wildlife. Now, I want you to share not just this video, but the facts you get to learn and the cool photos you'll get to see through our footage. So thank you for going on this adventure with me. Let's see what we find today. Right over there, I don't know if you can see, under the shadows is a juvenile baby alligator that's probably about 2 or 3 years old. Now what we're seeing in the wild here is very special for a few reasons. Now, that actually does look like a male alligator protecting these babies. So mama's probably not far. The reason I say it's a male is because the head is very long and slender. And the osteoderms, the scutes, that's these things, right? These are the hard bone plates of an alligator, and these are on the back of their neck. Now, I don't want to get too close to these. I'm like legitimately like maybe 10 foot from this baby gator, and that looks like it's a 10-foot alligator. So we'll just try to be as safe as possible without super disturbing the environment. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. You can hear the juvies, juvenile baby gators. And that one right there, I'm telling you, it's not even 2 years old. But the cool thing is that, like, legitimately a hatchling is only going to be about that big. So whether that's 2 or 3 years old, that means that that male and his female, which is going to be probably out hunting or something right now, they have been taking care of this brood for years. And that's really special, because most people think of reptiles as like, you know, heartless creatures that have no soul, right? No, that's not really the way it is. Alligators and crocodiles can be actually very caring parents, and just like with people, there can be good parents and parents that let you down. And those do exist. Both ones do. And just like with alligators, look at how beautiful they are. Now you can see on the baby, they've got all kinds of stripes, and the adults have lost their stripes. Okay? It's almost like if you had tattoos as a child, and when you get older, they're going to fade away. Now those stripes, when they're babies, really kind of help break up the outline of the alligator. And so that kind of blends in with all the shrubbery and the shadows and everything. It looks almost blends in perfectly with the water behind it. Where is he? You can hear a few of them walking around in this area. We don't want to get too close to disturb the animals, but these are some beautiful alligators. You see him puffing his little chest, wiggling his little tail, and Daddy is right there watching very closely. Not the best idea. You see a little baby moving around? They blend right in so well with all this like the wood chips and the dead leaves sitting on the surface of the shallow water. Now, alligators, even though they have the qualities of an amphibian, they are a reptile. Now, they live in the water, not necessarily because they need to stay wet, but they do need to stay cooled off, because even though they're a cold-blooded animal and they need the sun's heat for energy and for digesting their food, they will get too hot if they stay out of the water for too long, because their skin is so dark and it gets really hot. Now, if you see the bumps across the back of the alligator I mentioned earlier, you can tell this is a male because of the huge neck bones. Okay, that's one of the defining features of a male, and having a long, slender skull, which this one does have, and it's got a very thin tail. Now, this big male is doing something that most male gators never do, and that's raise the children. Now, I'm assuming that mama is still somewhere close by, and these babies are multiple years old. They are not, this is not a normal situation. This is a very special case we're getting to experience here. Now, the alligators have these not just for protection, but if you see the little bumps and ridges in the bone, these are called osteoderm. In Greek, that means bone skin. People call them scutes. And so this is the piece that'll hurt a gator that's trying to bite them. Okay? It kind of disperses the pressure like a snowshoe. Now, these little bumps on top don't serve as protection. This is where blood will collect under that dark skin and will heat up the animal's body very efficiently when it's cooled out. If it gets too cold in the wintertime, the alligators will not suffer as much as crocodiles. They have much better ability to warm themselves up. And if you notice, these are all in straight lines across the back, so that way an alligator can move just under the surface without disturbing the water at all. And so that animal that's probably just about 10 foot long and probably weighs around 300 pounds is going to easily move in a foot of water and not even move the surface of the water because of the shape of the bones across its back. So they are ambush predators. They don't chase people or big animals. They want to ambush small creatures in shallow water. That's where they do their best work. Oh, I'm getting bit by something. Ooh, he's pretty. He is a pretty boy. And he knows it, I bet. I wonder where his lady is. There's lots to learn about gators, crocs, turtles, everything in the Everglades is really, really interesting. And a lot of these animals are not out to get anybody. A lot of the animals in the Everglades, they think it's like being in the African savanna where all the animals are potentially eating large creatures. Here in the Everglades, we have panthers, bears, gators, crocodiles, okay? And none of them are looking to eat something the size of a human. A lot of the animals that they eat here are small stuff. So when they see like a person, you don't have to worry too much about them attacking you. But if I can tell you right now, if I jumped in the shallow water, that alligator would come after me because the splashing tells them that I'm kind of weak and awkward in the water, okay, compared to them, because they have that big tail that they use for one thing, swimming, and thrashing around once they've latched their mouth onto something. Either way, I don't need to mess with them. I hope you guys, again, did enjoy all this awesome information and this cool little encounter where you got a big, beautiful daddy gator raising a bunch of 3-year-old babies. So they're not just fresh. These have been raised closely by the dad. You can tell for quite some time. And they're well fed. They got fat bellies. So to have a fat belly at that older age, well, these youngsters are going to get nice and big. So say bye-bye to them. Bye-bye. 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 Basking on a Sunday afternoon. Probably just got back from church or something. Wait a second. There's another gator family right here, and this looks like a male. Now, right over there on that log, what do you see? In the middle of this screen right here. A baby alligator. Woo! Look at this big one defending his family. Oh, this is crazy. Something's in the water, folks. All the males are sticking around to raise the babies here. He's hissing at me, so I'm going to walk away. I don't want him to open his mouth and spin at me. I know people like to put that on the internet, but I don't want to disturb the animal. You can tell. Oh, look at the baby back there. It's so cute. Okay, guys, say bye-bye to the gator. Bye-bye, gator. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining us in that crazy wildlife adventure. Now, we love teaching everybody all about these animals out here in the wild and even in captivity. This is my buddy here, Cannoli. He's an American alligator. And we both wanted just to say thank you so much for watching. And we'll see you later, alligator.